Somebody had asked me 5 years ago, what do I think Mike Tyson is going to be doing in 2011? I would not have said doing a show about pigeons on the Animal
Hey,
Planet.
this is amazing. This is what I've learned from my wife, and I've been around. I like to believe I've been around a lot of legendary minds and intelligent people, but that's what I like to believe. But my wife just said, you can change your mind whenever you want. You can change whenever. You can do it right this second, as soon as you're ready. It wasn't that easy, but I got it. I got it later, and I'm just happy doing this stuff. I never thought exactly. If you'd asked me, I would never thought I'd be doing this stuff. Having a job for something I can do, I thought I can do with my eyes closed, but then we went into a different genre of racing pigeons, and that was just a whole new dynamics in itself.
That's what I wanted to ask. So with the basic, people are going to tune in, and so the deal is that you're taking some of the pigeons that you keep, and these folks are teaching them to race, or teaching you how to
No,
race
this is
them?
what happens. I'm in England, and I'm doing, I do these charity tours, these Mike Tyson tours, and I do this stuff all over the world. And the promoter of this particular tour calls, and he tells me that the Animal Planet is interested in doing a show about pigeons with you. And at first I thought, wow, this is going to be me and pigeons, and it's going to be around me, and they're going to show my intelligence about pigeons, which I know nothing about them really to that magnitude. But then I found out there's a conglomerate of characters that we're all going to be amazed when we see them. And it's going to be interesting. It's going to be pretty interesting. This is about a bunch about me taking on the whole Tri-City of New York and pigeon racing. It's a real ancient sport.
Very interesting to talk about the circumstances that first got you into pigeons. I mean, have you always been interested in animals generally, or was it just something about...
Well, I like animals in general, but I got hooked with pigeons real young.
So how did you wind up getting some yourself?
I used to be, as I was a young kid, we lived in a really bad crime-infested neighborhood, and I was pretty much an outcast, but I would rob people's houses as a little kid because I wanted to buy birds. That's why I can't believe I said that, but yeah, I would rob people's houses and I would buy birds. And, Mike, yeah, I would buy birds, and that's what I would do. I would go to the train station, and I would have money, and I would still jump over the train station. I wouldn't pay, but I would just, it's just a culture, I guess. We used to jump over, get in the train. I would go to Van Sicklen, buy probably 40, 70 birds or something like that. And it was the crates were too heavy for me. But I would just drag them to the train station, get at the train station, and, go home. And that's how I had birds. That's how I got birds.
So the story that everybody knows about you and pigeons and...
Fighting with the guy, Gary Flowers, over the bird, yeah, because I had these birds I said after, but one of the guys, I showed him where these birds was. He went and told some other guys, so they came, and I was a little fat, wimpy guy, so everybody was scared. And these guys bullied me, so I called mommy. I called my mother to come up. And these boys are taking my birds, and I was crying. And she came, but one guy took a bird and put it on his shirt and ran. And they said, Mike, somebody got the bird. So we went outside. I said, can I have my bird, please? You want it? And it was a dopey bird, but he just killed the bird and hit me with the blood. Like took it, hit me in the first. And some guy said, Mike, fight him. I didn't want to fight. I had to fight, but I fought him, and it wasn't like I was a superhero and I blast the guy out. I was flailing away at the guy, and I hit him more than he hit me, so I guess I won. So that's just...
So did people start looking at you a little bit different after that? Like you'd shown that you could take care of yourself?
Yeah, I started getting in fights all the time, yeah. That's how it goes.
Really?
The victim become the victimizer. That's just how it goes.
And that's interesting. Did you feel like different after that? Like, okay, I don't have to be the schmuck that everyone's beating up now.
Yeah, really. I wasn't afraid of these people no more. I wasn't afraid. But I realized that they couldn't really fight, and that they were just intimidating everybody. They never really had to fight,
Right.
I never had to fight because I was afraid to fight.
Right.
They didn't have to fight because they're talking like they were tough.
Right. But it took a while, did it not? Like, you didn't then, start to become like an amateur boxer or anything like that. It was only, I mean, you went away for a little while, and it was
I
after
went
that.
away. I got in some trouble, and I went away to this reformatory upstate New York. And then I met a gentleman named Bobby Stu that was a boxer, and one that was a professional boxer. I said, I want to go over there and box. So I went over there and boxed him, and I didn't do well because I didn't know what I was doing. He hit me in the solar plexus, and I started throwing up, and I jumped back up. And I said, wow, can you teach me how to do that? And they started teaching me how to box. And eventually, he took me to custom model like a year later.
Right.
And then Cush's took it to another level. He was just very serious from the beginning. Come on, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to the local amateur championship or the junior Olympics. Then we go to regions. Then we go to finals. Then we go here. Then we go. He was dead serious about being heavyweight champ of the world. And nobody ever said anything nice about me, anything good about me before. Stroked my ego before. This is the first time I ever got really in touch with my ego when I met Cuss.
Did it take a while to get used to that? Did you at first be like, why is this guy saying this stuff to me? What's this?
No, I thought he was some pervert or something, saying all these great, nice things about me and something buttering me up. But no, he was building up my confidence.
Right. Well, what did he see in? Do you know? I mean, because he clearly
listen,
right from the
don't
beginning.
ask me. I don't know.
Huh.
I don't know. No, I don't know nothing. All of this is a trip to me. Me talking to you, me being in my position, it's just a trip. But no, I don't understand anything.
Wow.
That he saw me that first day. One day he saw me boxing. He said, "You're gonna be the champ of the world. You're gonna be Olympic champ." He didn't have, but he said, "You're gonna be a millionaire before you even turn pro." He was telling me all these stories. We didn't have a pot to pee in it. He's telling me all these guys, all this is gonna happen. You're gonna have if you have so many millions. I'm thinking, what? You know this, but he was right. He was right.
Did you ever think? I mean, you heard people like Cuss saying all these things about you. Was there ever a point as you became a professional where it began to occur to you that, okay, maybe I could actually be, maybe they're right, maybe I'm
I was 15.
Really, huh?
I was 15, yeah.
Was there any fight in particular or something? Do you a moment where the light went on?
No, it's just that I went. I had won these national tournaments, these 2 national tournaments, and I was telling my friends. But my friends already watched me on television, and they knew I was. And we were still down there. My friend was selling drugs at the time. He was out in the streets, and he said, "Listen, Mike, you got to go back, man." He said, "Go back with those white people." He said, "I wish I had some white people that loved me. They love you. Look at this, Mike. You in there, they live your family." That's what he said. He said, "Man," he said, "Mike, go back. Don't come down. You can't help us out here. Go up there and make us proud." I said, "Wow." I said, "Whoa." He said that. Whoa. That was real riveting to me back then. I was a little kid. I was like, "Whoa."
Wow. Your early professional career, it created a buzz that you very, very, very rarely see in a fighter, so that by the time you fought for the title, even though you were only 20 years old, a lot of people were very excited to see, basically assumed that you would win that fight. 20 years old, after less than 2 rounds, you're the heavyweight champion of the world. Can you remember what you felt at that time?
No, it's a blur. All that stuff's a blur now. I'm a different person. Things just, those things don't remember to me. I said a lot of bad things to people I don't like to remember. That's just the way it was. I wanted that glory so bad I didn't care who I just ran over for it. That's just to think I was that way now. To be the person I am now, to think I was that way. That I want to hurt somebody for somebody else could say I'm great. The trip, right?
I mean, as you look back on that period of your life, I mean, it is just basically a blur to you right now,
pretty much.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Is it a blur that you think back, you think, I'm at least glad I lived through it, I'm glad
I had
it?
It's a blur because I don't want to remember it anymore. That's just, I'm not even that person no more. You know what I mean? It's just, I probably am, but I don't have no desire to visit that guy anymore.
The only fight of yours that I actually covered was your final fight. And afterwards, I got the sense that there was some, and it follows on from what you said, that you were almost a little bit relieved.
Oh no, the best thing that happened to me, I retired from boxing.
Yeah.
Oh no,
you seemed very relieved.
That's the best thing that ever happened to me. That stuff just takes me another place. That brings up the dark side of me. When I was getting that side, and it's the dark. It's just nothing there.
And did it just feel as if, okay, that's done. I don't have to pretend to do this. I can try and find myself and find my role in life. Was that sort of how you felt a little bit?
No, I
after
just
that? Or you
knew
just
that
were just happy to not have to do that anymore?
I just had to stop.
Yeah.
You know, I can never be the person I am now if I continue to do that.
You know, you kind of, it looked like you kind of disappeared for a little while. You were doing doing your various little things, but the last few years has been a bit of a re-emergence of Mike Tyson. We've noticed you more.
Really?
You don't think that yourself?
I just know.
Or you're just busy doing your thing, and
I just know. I've been very. I don't know. What I'm trying to convey is gratitude. I'm very grateful for anything that's happened to me. I'm not gonna ever think that I'm the man, I'm on top, because I realize I'm not better than anyone. You know, I may have thought that at one time, but you know, I may want to even believe that, but it's just not a reality. You know what I mean? I'm too reckless as a human being, and I don't want to do those things anymore. I want to just do what I'm doing now, and just be me and be just comfortable in my life.
Would you ever, I mean, say we're at this point now, would you ever have a thought that, you know, God, I would just love for this part to be done and I could just become anonymous?
That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. I thought that way, but that's not going to happen.
But you have thought, like,
yeah, that's not going to happen, but that's not a reality, you know. I wish I was a guy, you know, but the reality is, even though I may say, wow, this is what I wanted all my life. Well, everybody know me and talk my name and whisper me this and that. That's Mike Tyson. He was the best. He was real good. But that's what I want, even though I say I don't, but subconsciously I work so hard for it. How can I not want it?
Right.
You know what I mean? So it has to be a subconscious form of denial or something, you know?
And finally, with getting back to the show and going back to, you know, you're back to Brooklyn, I think, with a lot of
Yeah, Brooklyn and Jersey City and all over New York. All over New York. It's a Tri-City area of flying birds, tons, a bunch of guys with birds and stuff.
So that's taking you back to your roots a bit. I mean, you haven't spent that much time there of late, have you? Or do you
Oh, no, I
always
was
try
there
to go
all
back
summer.
there? No, I mean before doing the
periodically,
show.
yeah. I haven't been there in a while, but I go back periodically. You know what I mean? I have my friends there, family members there, so I go back periodically. You know, I have my life. I was just, these kids, I never thought, you know, when you're really committed, you know, I had kids, but I've never been really committed right there on the spot constantly.
Right.
And it wears and tear on you a little bit. But, you know, I'd rather have that than the latter, you know, where I was before.
I think there's a lot of people who grew up watching you who will be rooting for you to be doing well.
Man, I'm very grateful for anybody that's rooting for me. I want to do anything for me. I'm just, and again, like I'm it's always trying to convey gratitude. You know, it's really, because at this time in my life, this is really what it's all about. It's being very grateful. You know, I want to be humble. You know, but I'm not. You know, that's the reality. I'm not humble. If I was humble, I wouldn't have to say I'm humble. But I'm just not. I want to be, but I'm not. And I'm just working on it. You know, I'm still working on it.
Mike, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.